Everybody miss Tank fight. You know, when he come back, it got to be the right fight because we want to entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix.
Gervonta Davis is like taking a break. He's not retiring. That's the message, that he was not retiring, that they're looking to fight. But it's a mystery who they are because he's not allowed to talk about it.
Gervonta Davis appears fully prepared to return to competition. His trainer, Calvin Ford, says the reveal has been obvious all along for attentive fans everywhere.
I remember Tank been doing this since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, you know, going through things that he been going through, his crazy ass stuff. You know, he looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait.
Who in your eyes would be the opponent you would want to see him in the ring with?
I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. Person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say that. I think it's an easy fight. You know, everybody in tune with it. You know, it's being promoted. Right under y'all nose is being promoted. Y'all don't even see it.
Calvin Ford emphasized that he doesn't control his boxers' choices, yet he sounded certain that something meaningful was on the horizon. The tone reflected a welcome change after a long period of doubt tied to Gervonta Davis and his legal trouble. Ford has always been known for speaking honestly from his own perspective, making it clear that the final call belongs to Davis himself. Still, the situation appears far more encouraging than it did months ago, when many believed Davis could end up behind bars. Has now grown into arguably the most recognizable figure in boxing today, turning any potential matchup into a huge chance for rising contenders such as Shakur Stevenson. His comeback carries major importance because, despite criticism and doubt, Davis remains among the sport's biggest attractions. Some observers point to the recent decline in dominance from Canelo Alvarez as a reason the spotlight has shifted, with Stevenson often promoted as the leading talent in the sport. Stevenson, a clash with Davis would be enormous, and dismissing that reality in favor of bouts against fighters like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia seems unrealistic to many fans. As talk intensified about Davis's return, Ford further sparked excitement by hinting that a major fight might already be arranged and quietly promoted in plain view. At the same time, he suggested Davis still needed fan energy to fully ignite his momentum. Apparent contradiction was quickly noticed by Blue Blood, who questioned which narrative was accurate. Was the fight already set, or was Davis waiting for the right motivation before moving ahead? The conflicting remarks only added intrigue, leaving supporters uncertain and eager to see what the next chapter.
And Calvin Ford is also, I'm telling you, very, very honest, that when he speaks for himself, and it is up to Gervonta Davis to say what it's ultimately going to be. But it is a very good sign because they're not doing anything like what was talked about with Gervonta Davis just a few months ago, when it looked like, according to all these people, that Gervonta Davis was going to be in jail.
Gervonta Davis has emerged as the biggest name in boxing right now. That made a fight with Tank a massive opportunity for rising stars like Shakur Stevenson.
This return is a very big thing because Gervonta Davis, despite what these people have been trying to convince people of, is one of the biggest names in boxing, if not the biggest name in boxing right now, because of the fall of Canelo Alvarez as being taken seriously as a top level fighter. The people that they're pubbing up there now as being the best fighter in the world is Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Davis is a huge fight for Shakur Stevenson, and for people to act like the biggest fight in boxing is with somebody like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia is absolutely ridiculous.
Calvin Ford stressed that Gervonta Davis had no plans of stepping away for good. Even with the break from competition, Ford explained that the return bout needed to be carefully chosen, aiming for a matchup that would excite supporters who had been waiting to see Tank back in action. He suggested Davis experienced a period of reflection that ultimately left him more positive and physically prepared than before. Although Ford acknowledged that he already had a preferred rival in mind for the comeback, he chose not to disclose the identity at this stage. In his view, the opponent he envisioned was the very one Davis would eventually share the ring with. Listen to this.
And Tank Davis is coming back to have a major fight. Calvin is saying that he needs the fans to motivate him. But wait, there's more. Then Coach Calvin is going to say that they already have a fight in place that they're working on. He already has the name and it's being promoted right under the people's noses. Which one is it? Is it being promoted under the people's noses? Is it already lined up? Which one is it?
Keyshawn Davis openly expressed frustration toward Gervonta Davis, with the conflict sparked by a remark Tank made regarding mental health that Keyshawn viewed as highly offensive and a defining moment in how he perceived him personally. While Davis admitted he admired Tank's skill set in the ring, he clarified that the respect ended once the bell stopped ringing. Keyshawn emphasized that he was no longer the same fighter Tank had encountered during earlier sparring encounters, explaining that he had grown into a far more threatening competitor. Speaking with strong belief in his progress, Davis delivered a clear challenge, stating that if they ever met in an official bout, he wouldn't simply earn a victory but would finish Tank and finally settle their rivalry.
Listen to this.
To be the right fight because we want to entertain. He ain't gone nowhere. Tank is still here. And I guarantee you something gonna happen. Everybody miss Tank fight. You know, when he come back, it gotta be the right fight because we want to entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix. Y'all gotta remember, Tank been doing it since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, you know, going through things that he's been going through, this crazy stuff. You know, he looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait. I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. Person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight.
Questioned about a potential 2026 clash between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, Stevenson responded with clear indifference. His reaction was direct and dismissive, showing little desire to engage in conversation about the other title holder. Stevenson quickly shut down the topic with a brief remark, declining to explore it further while addressing the roots of the tension. He explained that he refuses to invest attention in individuals who act as though he depends on them. Stevenson emphasized his belief that he stands as a star on his own, fully capable of drawing major revenue and public interest without relying on anyone else. From his perspective, Tank isn't a requirement for his success because he sees himself as the main attraction.
If you get to choose, who are you fighting next?
I can fight Floyd again, or I can fight anybody like Gervonta Davis.
Likewise, Showbiz the Adult said the irritation toward Gervonta Davis had been developing for a while. He pointed to the online exchanges involving Jake Paul and Shakur Stevenson on X, which concluded with Stevenson clearly stating his stance. Stevenson openly mentioned that Tank showed no desire to face him, so he felt no reason to pursue the matchup either, even urging interviewers to stop bringing it up. Showbiz expressed support for Stevenson's viewpoint, noting that given Tank's personal challenges and legal matters at the time, many found it easy to overlook him altogether. In Showbiz's opinion, the situation was straightforward. The moment Tank stopped pushing for the fight, Stevenson's motivation faded as well.
Bro is about tall as that damn desk right there.
All right, talk to the camera, cause he's gonna be watching this. What would you say to him?
Bro, you alright? I was cool with you till you like said like a mental health joke about me. So I don't really respect you for real. But you could fight, bro. You could fight, but you know, since I was 16 and you was like 20 something when we sparred, you already knew what type of time I was on. And now that, you know, I'm in this position and I'm all growing up now, if you ever would give me a chance, bro, to fight you, just be ready, bro, because I'm not one of those people you've been picking on, bullying, that you know you could beat. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever do want to fight me, which I think you're not going to fight me because you know, just be ready, bro. I'm not playing with you, and you getting stopped. You know what happened last time we sparred. You getting stopped, bro. Some other dude.
Yes.
That's some other.
Looking ahead to Gervonta Davis's comeback, his trainer Kenny Ellis kept his comments calm and clear. Ellis stressed that his job was simply to back whatever choice Davis made. Whether that meant stepping away or returning to the ring, he remained focused on supporting the decision. When asked if the idea of a comeback excited him as they worked on their legacy together, Ellis stayed composed. He made it clear that if Tank decided to return, their task was just to get him ready, nothing more, nothing less. Ellis brushed aside any suggestion that the process was complex, pointing out that people often overcomplicate it. In his eyes, it wasn't rocket science, it was just boxing. Every fighter eventually reaches a point of decision, with some moving forward and others stepping back, and Kenny accepted that truth without any drama.
Do you believe we will finally see Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis in 2026?
Fuck him. I don't even want to speak on him. I don't got too much to say about him.
Wow. And if I may, tell me why. Where is that heat come from?
I don't talk on people who feel as though I need them, cause I don't need nobody. I'm a big superstar in my own right. I make a lot of big money in my own right, and I don't need nobody.
Greg Hackett shared his thoughts on Gervonta Davis's plan to return and face Isaac Cruz. When asked if the bout was likely to happen or if it was just hype, Hackett gave a measured answer. He admitted the fight could realistically take place, highlighting Cruz's recent showing against Roach as a factor driving renewed attention. Hackett pointed out that Cruz significantly boosted his profile in that bout, attracting a big audience and strong numbers in Texas. From Hackett's perspective, the mix of Cruz's rising popularity and the business appeal made the matchup a legitimate possibility. This wasn't mere speculation. There appeared to be real interest behind it.
With him.
It was around the Jake Paul, when Gervonta was going to fight Jake Paul. They had a back and forth on X, and at the end of it, Shakur was like, yeah, it's over. I mean, he's not going to fight me. He's not interested. So I'm not interested. Don't ask me about that again. And I'm totally with him on that. So yeah, him putting that extra, and plus we don't know what's going on with Tank right now. So, you know, he has a lot of things to deal with. It's easy to say F him right now anyway, right? But I lost interest. When Tank lost interest, Shakur lost interest.
Additionally, Greg Hackett compared Gervonta Davis to fighters who thrive on the feeling that the world is against them, saying that mindset fuels his drive even more. Hackett imagined Davis at home, perhaps considering retirement, only to recognize that his competitive fire was still alive. He explained that this kind of itch isn't something a boxer can simply ignore. Hackett pointed out that the desire to compete often goes beyond money or fame, noting that even men with secure careers still head to the gym just to satisfy that same inner pull. For Tank, Hackett felt that the draw of unfinished business could ultimately be too strong to resist.
Just hearing that, Tank saying on the media that he'll be back, do you feel good about that as his coach?
If he's coming back, I can only support him,
Does that excite you knowing that, we still in the runnings to create our legacy? Still.
I'm just gonna support him, you know what I mean? Whatever he do. If he say he's done, I'ma support him.
Mm-hmm.
If he say I'm coming back, we just get him ready, Get him ready.
100%.
That's all we can do.
Exactly.
It's not rocket science, man. People make it bigger than what it is. It's not rocket science. It's just boxing,
Mm-hmm.
Every fighter gonna go as far as they go. Then some gonna stop, some gonna go. It is what it is.
When the topic shifted to a possible showdown with Terrence Crawford, he didn't mince words as the conversation moved from the ring to personal matters. Crawford delivered a stark warning to Gervonta Davis, declaring that if they ever crossed paths outside of boxing, the consequences would be serious. He stated firmly that he would break Tank's neck, swearing on his children's names. Crawford made it clear this wasn't about sport, it was deeply personal. He insisted that Davis already understood the meaning behind his words and that everyone else could see it too. There was no negotiation, no gray area. Crawford drew a firm boundary between the fighter he is inside the ring and the man he would be outside it, leaving no doubt about which version Tank should be concerned about.
He also says he's going to come back and face Shakur after his knee gets better.
Yeah.
Do you think that happens, or is that just Tank just talking?
It could possibly happen because Shakur just built his catalog a little bit more. That last fight with Roach, so it might be worth it. He just did good numbers out there in Texas. It was a great crowd, you know what I'm saying? So it might be some interest there.
Richardson Hitchens shared details about sparring between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. In the early exchanges, Tank landed a solid shot on Stevenson, nothing visibly harmful, but enough to show that with lighter gloves, the result could have been different. That moment ignited fierce competitiveness, with Stevenson even taking off his shirt in the heat of training. The initial sparring session was highly contested. Later, as Tank tried to apply pressure, Stevenson's technique forced him to change tactics. Hitchens noted to his coach that these sessions were exceptional, with neither fighter willing to back down.
That's like when people be like, y'all hating on me, y'all this and that. They want to feel like everybody against them.
Yeah.
It feel like it drive them. Yeah, it feel like give them motivation. Yeah, that might be true for Tank. He gotta feel like the world is against you. So it's fuck everybody. Just so he could bring that animal out. And he might be sitting home realizing, you know what, I was talking about retiring and stuff like that, or chilling and getting up out of here, but really I got some more work to do, cause this little itch I got, it ain't leaving. And that's how it is for fighters, you know what I mean? When you get that itch, you gotta do something about it. It's plenty of guys I know that they work good jobs and all that, but they come to the gym spar just to get that itch out, you know what I mean? Or take a fight here and there, that's how it be.
Gervonta Davis didn't hold back when talking about Shakur Stevenson's abilities, cutting through the hype with his usual directness. He admitted that Stevenson appeared talented, but questioned who he had actually faced that posed a real challenge. In Tank's view, Stevenson's record was stacked with opponents who didn't test him, fighters who lacked the power or skill to push him to his limits. He argued that whenever Stevenson met someone who could actually land a serious punch, he spent the fight retreating rather than standing firm. Tank's message was unmistakable. All the speculation about what Stevenson might become meant nothing until he faced top-tier competition. Until that happened, Davis made it clear it was all just talk.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
When the topic shifted to a possible showdown with Terrence Crawford, he didn't mince words as the conversation moved from the ring to personal matters. Crawford delivered a stark warning to Gervonta Davis, declaring that if they ever crossed paths outside of boxing, the consequences would be serious. He stated firmly that he would break Tank's neck, swearing on his children's names. Crawford made it clear this wasn't about sport, it was deeply personal. He insisted that Davis already understood the meaning behind his words and that everyone else could see it too. There was no negotiation, no gray area.
Tank shit, like him and Shakur sparred that first time, like he caught Shakur with a good shot. Boom, he ain't hurt Shakur or nothing, but it was like, you could tell like if it was 8-ounce gloves, we don't know how Shakur would have reacted. It was like, because I remember him sparring Shakur, he caught Shakur with like a clean shot, boom. And Shakur didn't shake up or do nothing, but it was a clean shot. I'm like, nigga, you sure you could take another one of that? And Shakur like, what? Like, he took off his shirt and they started bumping like that. Now they going back and forth.
Hold on, was it sparring? Yeah. Was it competitive, close, all that, Shakur and Tank?
Nah, yeah, it was competitive. Then like the second time, like they sparred, like it was like a chess match. Like now Tank know, like, alright, he's really nice. Like Shakur really nice. Like all that walk down shit, I got a box. Like this nigga, like I can't just walk him down. Like he can really fight. So it was like Tank like switched his strategy up and like same shit. Like now Tank trying to come and walk me down. I'm in there like we fighting, like it's back and forth competitive. I'm talking shit to Calvin like, nigga, Calvin, this nigga's a bum.
David ahead to Gervonta Davis's comeback. His trainer Kenny Ellis kept his comments calm and clear. Ellis stressed that his job was simply to back whatever choice Davis made. Whether that meant stepping away or returning to the ring, he remained focused on supporting the decision. When asked if the idea of a comeback excited him as they worked on their legacy together, Ellis stayed composed. He made it clear that if Tank decided to return, their task was just to get him ready, nothing more, nothing less. Ellis brushed aside any suggestion that the process was complex, pointing out that people often overcomplicate it. In his eyes, it wasn't rocket science, it was just boxing.
Shit. So, like, Shakur, right? Like, he look like he got skill, right? But to be honest, I'm gonna be real, I ain't see him fight nobody that's like,
that's amateur shit. Come on, bro. When that heat coming back at you, them niggas, like, you can see it.
Yeah,
you can see it. They ain't really, these niggas just talking that way. And there's always, oh, he can be this, he can be the next. Nigga, prove yourself. You still haven't proved yourself. When someone was in front of you that can crack a little bit, he ran the whole fight.
As fans across the boxing world wait eagerly, one thing is unmistakable. Gervonta Davis's comeback isn't a question of if, but when. Whether it's facing American boxer Keyshawn Davis or even a legend like Manny Pacquiao. This video on Boxing Ring is created for educational, informational, and commentary purposes only. All boxing highlights, analysis, and discussions are shared for sports awareness, news, and review. We do not promote violence, harmful behavior, or unsafe imitation. All content is used in accordance with YouTube's fair use and community guidelines and fully researched based from updated resources. Viewer discretion is advised.